Freezing. You have to take the covers and sleep underneath the covers and use your breath to keep everything, your body going.
He's talking about having to sleep outside, already dangerous in the winter and even more dangerous with the storm headed to central Illinois. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. The wind chills could get to negative 30 degrees by the end of this week. Anyone spending time outside runs the risk of frostbite or hypothermia. WCIA3's Marley Capper talked with a doctor today. So Marley, what did he have to say?
Now, he knows some people are going to want to shovel the snow right away or let their kids play in it. But he says with the temperatures we're expecting, it's safer to stay inside. Now, he does recognize that that isn't an option for everyone. That's why I reached out to leaders of a homeless shelter in Champaign. They want to spread the word about what they offer. So for those who don't have a place to go, they know it's available.
Your fingers get numb, they ache.
Vincent Hine is a guest at Strines, a new low-barrier shelter in Champaign. He knows what it's like to sleep outside.
Then you can freeze to death. I witnessed that in South Dakota. A couple of people froze to death. Temperatures like negative 13, negative 20 degrees. Due to that, you got alcohol and drinking, trying to stay warm, and then hypothermia, and then they fall asleep and then they die.
That numbing feeling Hine has experienced is frostnip.
Frostnip is basically just cold exposure, and it can happen anywhere below 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Just basically a tingling, numbness sensation to your hands or any extremities that are exposed to the cold air.
Dr. Jason Cole with OSF says if you're outside for a long time, frostnip can become frostbite.
Minor frostbite with some skin blistering, or you could get severe frostbite, or with prolonged exposure, you actually get some black appearance to the skin.
Every winter, Dr. Cole says OSF treats patients with frostbite. A lot of them are people without an address, which is why they host them in the emergency room.
We really don't like putting big people back out on the street. So we like to make sure and secure that they have shelter before they leave the ERs.
We are prepared. Charlene Murray, Community Relations Coordinator for Strine, says they have extra cots to accommodate more people. The shelter is located in the old See You at Home building on East Washington Street.
We're just focused on kind of housing whoever comes in and whoever needs sheltering.
Dr. Cole says those who aren't homeless aren't the only ones who can face problems and dangerous cold. He says kids playing in the snow or people who are shoveling are also at risk, especially if you're consuming alcohol.
When you have alcohol in your system, you're going to not recognize that you're cold. Your actual thermostat won't function the way it should when you're not intoxicated.
He says exerting energy in the cold can cause hypothermia, which is why he says it's critical to stay bundled up and inside if you can, at least until the storm is over and temperatures start to rise. Now, we recognize that not everybody with a home has access to the internet or even this broadcast. That's where you come in. If you see someone who looks displaced, you can go ahead and call Strides and tell them where you saw them. Their outreach team will then look for the person and even drive them to the shelter if they need help. Or you can stop by and grab one of these posters to place around town to spread the word. Jessica.
All right, Marley, thank you. The shelter is asking for blankets, hand warmers, clothing, socks, and underwear, non-perishable food, and other personal care items.